Thank you, Karina, and welcome back, Representative Morrison.
Thank you for inviting me back.
Hey, you bet. Well, the last time we talked, we were talking about property tax cuts. They have been passed. $1,300 average saving for a homeowner. Is that enough? Do you think it could have been more if the legislature had worked on it more?
I think, the way that it's set up now, it's going to be a great savings for our homeowners whenever you have $100,000 for your homestead going from $40,000. I mean, that's a huge jump. And also there's going to be some other things that will happen that will be for like 3 years to see how it works. And so I think it's going to be a really good savings. It's the most savings that we've had in a property tax cut in a long time for the state.
It took 2 special sessions to get this done. Why did it take so long?
Back during the legislative session, both bodies, the House and the Senate, had different versions of what they wanted to do. And so neither side passed what the other body was doing. And then the governor came in and weighed in and really wanted to work on what was going on with schools. And so then that became his #1 issue. When the governor gives you a special session and gives you what you're supposed to do, I mean, the House did a bill that was all that it was, and then the Senate had a bill that had more to it that was very good too. But it was not something that the House passed because it was really not germane to what the governor had given us. And so there was a lot of work and a lot of talk in between, and then coming back for the second special session, the 2 bodies got together and I think came up with a really good bill that was the best between the 2 that had been done in the 2 different legislative bodies.
And the voters still have to vote on this in November.
Yes, they will still have to vote in November, so that will be one of the 14 constitutional amendments that will come up in November that the voters get to vote for.
Where do you stand on the matter of government transparency regarding taxpayer-funded contracts?
I mean, I think that's something we should always be transparent, and so if there's a taxpayer-funded contract, it should be transparent that you can see what's going on. I mean, I'm definitely for all transparency for sure.
It looks like very strongly there will be another special session this fall, and the idea is to look at teacher pay raises. Now, that was an earlier prime goal, but then the governor put on there about school vouchers. Some people are not hot on school vouchers, some are. Where do you stand on that as far as putting that into a bill with teacher pay raises?
So what's going on now, what the governor was talking about, basically he wants for parents to be able to decide where their children go to school. And so he is going to call another special session. We thought it might be in August, but he's talking about October now. There are select committees in the House that are studying the issue, and I think that they'll come up with a good piece of legislation that will be good for everyone to look at. So we don't have anything at this point, and it's not going to be really a voucher program. It's going to be where there's going to be different options that parents can do, but also there will not be anything that will hurt our public schools, because we support our public schools, but we also want parents to have a choice. If their child is not doing well in a certain situation or needs extra help, we want them to have a choice to be able to do that too. And that the governor is very strong. I mean, he wants that to happen.
How often do you hear from teachers saying we need pay raises?
Absolutely, and that was something that we were going to address during the legislative session. There were some bills that just didn't make it totally through. And so both bodies, I mean, the House and the Senate, we were working on appropriations. We had some teacher pay raises in our bodies, but then whenever they got together, there were different directions that went. And that is definitely something we have to do. We have to be able to help our teachers. They're the ones that take care of our children. They're the ones that teach our children. And it's a long job that they have to do, and they do such a good job. So very supportive of teacher pay raises also. And there will be something that will happen during the legislative session in October also.
As was mentioned, you're in your 12th term.
Yes.
How's it feel to have all this seniority of in Austin?
Well, I mean, it's really great. Of course, then you look at seniority, and I think, I've got 12 sessions, but then I look at Tom Craddock that was speaker, and Tom's been there for over 50 years, and longest serving member in the Texas House, of course, in Semfronia Thompson, who, of course, he's a Republican, Semfronia Thompson's Democrat, and Semfronia Thompson has been there over 50 years now too. So Seniority is relative because I don't know that anyone else will ever have that seniority, and definitely not me.
And you've been there 24.
Right, I've been there 24 years. Right, right.
Thank you, Representative Morrison, for coming in. We really
Sure.
appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Don.
James and Karina, back to you.